Bills Mafia training camp is 2 weeks away and the roster is starting to take its final shape. Today we have a flurry of moves to break down, some genuinely interesting depth chart battles emerging across multiple position groups, and the biggest storyline of this entire offseason, Josh Allen's contract situation, finally appears to be moving toward resolution. Let us get into all of it. Start with the signings because the Bills have been active this week in ways that tell you exactly where the roster needs are. The addition of Montez Sweat is the headline move, and while Sweat is coming off a torn ankle suffered last December with Chicago, the talent level here is undeniable. 13.5 sacks in 2023. Legitimate first-round pedigree. An elite athletic profile that includes a 4.4140 at the combine when he was drafted. The ankle timeline puts his availability for Week 1 in question, but getting him into the building on a prove-it deal while he continues his recovery gives Buffalo a high-upside pass rusher who, if healthy, could change the entire complexion of what this defensive line is capable of. Pair him with Greg Rousseau, Aj Epinesa, and the rest of this edge group, and suddenly the pass rush looks significantly more dangerous than it did a month ago. The addition of former Cowboys running back Rico Dowdle as a veteran depth piece is interesting timing given where the backfield depth chart currently sits. James Cook is the unquestioned lead back. Ray Davis has shown enough to be a reliable second option, but having Dowdle available as a veteran who has shown he can handle lead back responsibilities when needed, he had an excellent stretch as Dallas's feature back last season, adds real insurance in a backfield that has dealt with significant injury attrition in recent years. Trent Sherfield on a veteran minimum contract is purely a depth move at wide receiver, given that the top of the depth chart is already settled. With Khalil Shakir as the clear number 1, Curtis Samuel providing the versatility and gadget play element, and Skylar Bell developing as a legitimate option in the underneath game. Sherfield gives the coaching staff another experienced body in camp competition who can help younger receivers develop by providing quality practice reps against their technique. The Josh Allen contract situation is the one that hangs over everything else happening with this franchise right now, and the reporting from multiple outlets suggests real progress is being made. Allen has been unequivocal that he wants to be in Buffalo and does not want a holdout, which removes the most disruptive possible outcome from the table entirely. The structure of the deal is the remaining complication. Allen's agents are clearly studying what Lamar Jackson received in Baltimore, what Patrick Mahomes is earning in Kansas City, and what Joe Burrow got in Cincinnati. And the expectation is that whatever Allen signs will reset the quarterback market at least partially. The fascinating subplot is whether no trade clause language makes it into the deal, and the philosophical tension that creates. The Bills' front office philosophy has been to maintain maximum flexibility at all times, and a no-trade clause for the franchise quarterback is the exact opposite of flexibility. That specific sticking point may be the reason this has taken longer than anyone expected. The optimistic read on the timeline is that Allen gets this done before training camp opens in 2 weeks, avoids any awkward mandatory holdout situation where he practices on the physically unable to perform list, and shows up on day 1 fully contracted and ready to work. Given what he has said publicly about not wanting drama around this, that outcome feels more likely than a prolonged standoff. But the details matter, and contract negotiations at this level never move cleanly from start to finish. On the defensive side, the linebacker room is getting legitimate attention as a potential strength that does not get discussed nearly enough in the broader Bills conversation. Dorian Williams has been one of the best coverage linebackers in the AFC over the last 2 seasons, consistently grading well against tight ends and running backs in the passing game, which is a specific skill that defensive coordinators covet because it allows you to keep linebackers on the field in passing situations without creating a coverage liability. Baylon Spector adds depth and special teams value, and the health of Matt Milano heading into his 3rd consecutive year dealing with significant injury issues remains the unknown variable. When he plays, he is genuinely excellent, but counting on him for a full 17-game schedule has become an exercise in optimism over evidence. Chuck Clark is being discussed as a potential safety addition the same way he was for multiple teams around the league this spring. And if the price is right, his veteran communication ability and ability to organize a secondary would be genuinely useful insurance behind Damar Hamlin and Cole Bishop. The specific issue is that Clark will cost more than a typical veteran minimum addition, and the Bills' cap situation requires careful management with the Allen deal approaching. Not impossible, but the timing makes it complicated. Training camp is 2 weeks away, the roster pieces are falling into place, and the biggest remaining question is whether Josh Allen shows up in Orchard Park as the highest-paid player in NFL history, or whether that deal needs a few more days to cross the finish line. Either way, this team is being built to compete for a Super Bowl, and the moves being made this week reflect an organization that has not lost sight of that goal regardless of the offseason noise. Drop your Allen contract prediction in the comments. Does he get it done before camp opens, or does it bleed into the preseason? Bills Mafia, smash that like button, subscribe, and let us go Buffalo.